G'day everyone, welcome back. So we're going to continue on with this. First I'd like to say thanks heaps for all the comments. It's really what I was looking for and what I needed. And the general majority consensus is stick with what we've got rather than upgrade the whole lot. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm glad that decision's been made and we can move forward. So the first thing I'm going to do is take that block off and have a look. I found it, I was scrounging through some crap the other day and I did find, here, I got another block. So it's got, I don't know, I think that from memory, there's something jammed in there not to come out. So that maybe that's why it's put away. But anyway, we'll whip that other one off, see if I can fix that leak. If not, we'll try and strip this and transfer the guts of the other one into this one maybe. Anyway, we'll just work that out. I've ordered 2 new brake lines, soft brake lines, rubber ones for the front, each side. I did rebuild these calipers a while back, but we'll go through those as well, get it all sorted. What else? The new tie rods arrived for there to replace that one. And what else is on its way? There's something else on its way. Brake pads. Yep, the brake pads for these calipers. I got some newies. So righto, let's whip that off and see what we can find with it. Righto guys, there's the old one, the one that was on the car. And that's the old one there. So I've found the culprit. It's been this thing all along. Now I don't know if you can see in there, this is the port that's giving me dramas. So I'll try and shine a light in there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the threads are basically non-existent, and down where that flare sits is pretty well chewed out. My eyes are crook, I can't tell if that's focusing, but the threads are, this has been cross-threaded in the past, so that's the problem, and this side isn't that much better. So righto, let's strip this down, see if we can get, well actually what we've got to do first is see if we can get the guts out of this one and see if this one's going to clean up alright. All the threads on here are perfect and much better. I'm pretty confident that one will seal, but the don't know what it's called, the piston or whatever is stuck in there. So we're going to have to try and get that out. I think the best way is to put a grease nipple in there and pump some fat into it and see if he'll push him out. Okay, I've got the little grease nipple jigger I made up last time I did this, a long time ago. So I'll just pump some grease in there, try and push this piston out here. If it comes up there, I'll just plug those, but we'll just see how we go. Right. Alright, that's coming out. Yep, we're going to have to plug some holes. We've got a leak already. Hang 5. Alright, take 2. Oh, there he comes out there, so we'll have to plug him. See if I've got something to plug it. Maybe this. No. What I might have to use, that's for the switch, so I might have to just take that switch off. Okay, I've just cracked that. Now this switch, I don't know what's wrong with it. Seems to be binding up. but it says something in the book about how it's not spring loaded. It's got to just be pushed up there and left or something. I'll have to go through and reread it, but yeah, it feels a bit dicky, and these are non-existent. And oh, I'll show you something else. I bought one. I rang them up and asked them if this was going to work, you know, on what I've got, and they said yes, but it's not. It's different threads and shit, so gone. Money down the drain, cash in the trash. Righto, let's put this in the other one and continue on. We're looking for a something to pop out of there. So we'll plug him. Righto, take 3. Nice Ford blue grease here too. Aha! Here it comes. Here it comes. I tell you, pressurised grease fixes everything. So this is our little plunger with his little spring on him there. I don't know, that might even clean up all right if we're desperate. Don't know, but all right, I'll give that a real good clean. We'll come back. Okay, there he is, all stripped down. So I'll get rid of that grease and then I'll give it a real good clean. Then I'll go and throw him in the ultrasonic cleaner, I think. I've got a little one of those over there somewhere. So I'll throw him in that and give it a real good clean, and hopefully that's our problem solved. Okay, so they're the bits I'm going to put in here. I've got the little ultrasonic cleaner, half an hour. That's going to jump up the heating up to 70 degrees, and we'll put them on for half an hour. So this is only a little cheap little unit, there you go, compared to my hand. It's not very big. But in there I've got 1/3 vinegar, 1/3 the rest water, 2/3 water, and a couple of drops of dish soap. So see how we go. We'll let him heat up, we'll give it half an hour, and hopefully they'll come out pretty clean. So out of the ultrasonic cleaner, and here's our parts. So we've got our block, our 2 springs, one on either side of the little plunger. This one's actually better, that came out of this old block. The rubbers on it are actually better than this one that came out of the one that was in it. That grease nipple's buggered, it's not sealing, so it's gone. That's another problem with the old block. That's just one spring that's left over from the 2. And we've got our switch, of course, and our plug. So we'll dunk him in a bit of brake fluid, put it all back together, and put it back in. Right, I'll try and keep this on camera for you. I'll fix my lens, by the way. Just popped back in. Okay, so spring in. I've cleaned all these up. A little plunger, we'll dunk him in some brake fluid. Looks like it doesn't go in a certain way, it looks pretty even either end. So we'll pop him in here. The bore in this is really nice as well, so actually what I might do, just so we're lined up, put that spring on first, I think, just so we know it's going in there. So we'll slide that in there. Okay. That's not going to work, is it? Get him in. Okay, that feels good, nice and tight. And then our other spring goes in. And then our bung. Now hopefully that's going to be in the middle. So I was just looking in the manual. It's pretty straightforward anyway. But when to activate your switch, it will go up onto there and push that up. like that, short out those two terminals, put your brake light on. So hopefully that'll just stay there, because we don't want that. It's not spring loaded, I don't know what the go is with it, but anyway, that's how it is. So we'll nip down our cap. I'll put that in the vise and do that in a second. And then our switch, make sure it's out. Yeah, I'm looking down there and that narrow part of the bar is in the middle, so that's good. This one's not in as good condition, it's a bit pitted, but you saw the condition of it. So, oh, there's a little bit of grease on that. Excuse me for a sec, I'll just get rid of that. We do not want grease or mineral, mineral oil or anything. It swells the seals, so they tell me. Okay, so he'll go in there. Again, I'll put this in the vise and nip it up. Him there. And then our little bleed nipple in there. He can stay loose. Alright, so there we go. Hopefully a refurb block. So we'll put it in. I'm going to make up another brake line too. I noticed one's really shit house, so we'll make another one of those up. But let's get this back in. Well, actually what I want to do is to save this cross-threaded nonsense underneath. I guess that's just from trying to get it up in there, and you can't really tell if it's straight, and people I guess nip them up and cross-thread them, but I'll make sure they're in. The top ones don't matter, they're easy enough to line up, but under here I'll put these lines in first and get them started about halfway, then I'll bolt this to the shock tower. That way I know they're definitely going to be not cross-threaded. Right, let's get it in. Right, I just whipped up this other brake line. It's not hard. That's the old one, bit of a wonky sort of bends and that, but you just follow it with a piece. I've already put that one on there with the first single flare. That's how they are. I cut those off obviously to get the ends off. They're that sort of flare there, just the single. And then, yeah, you just follow it around, you slide this. And these are cheap, these kits. I'll do a flare for you, and they just slide on those things there, you know, so you can bend them without kinking it. So that's it, easy. We'll do a flare and then hopefully we can get this back together and have brakes. So what I've done with the pipe is chamfered the edge and deburred in there, just to sort of round it off and smooth it off. If you're into loading your own ammunition, you know exactly what I'm talking about with deburring. But anyway, that's that. So we'll set this up in the vise. It might be a bit awkward to show you, but we'll do our best. So what I'll do is, where's my little jigger here? I put this in the vise. This is just a cheap flaring tool kit, you know, they're not expensive and they're bloody handy for doing your own brake lines, that's for sure. Oh, not going to see that, are you? Come up here. Alright, I'm sort of doing this arse about, but anyway, we'll battle through. So I've just got enough, well not just enough, but I've got plenty along there to get it in this thing. So just put him in the appropriate hole there, and I like to leave, they say, you've got your little arbor thing here, whatever you call it, which goes into, you know, certain size line, and they say poke the pipe out here, protruding out here, the thickness of that bottom thick band on there, but I like to do it a little bit more than that because these are quite fat flares. So I find if I do it, see that's poking out too short. I'm really not sure if you can see that. So it comes through a bit more, and then that's too long there, but you can see that's way too long. So you just got to sort of experiment a bit, and I like it about there, like that. And then you do this, you clamp closest to that, where that is first, to make sure that's nice and clamped. And then you do the bottom one. And get as tight as I can, finger tight. It's just so, you want it nice and tight so that pipe doesn't slip through and leave all crusty gouge marks in it. So I like to nip them right up tight. Okay, and our little arbor sits in there, and obviously make sure you put your end on. Done that before, flared it without that plenty of times. Anyway, and then this bloke here will just hook around on that, and then just put, you can see what's going on, that goes in there, and then we just torque it up, tighten it up. And it's also, you've got to use a pipe cutter to cut these ends too. They have to be perfectly flat, or I noticed your hole in your flare is off centre. This will kick this over to the side and make it all wonky. But I'm not sure, I'll see if I can zoom in on that. That's about as far as I can go. But hopefully, if you look close, can I get you closer? You'll see that do its thing. So I've got the arbor jammed between there, like a puller, but we're doing the opposite thing. And then we're going to squash that into this. So we just give him some. It's not hard to turn, just flatten it. And I don't squash it right up hard against this, because I'll tell you why. About there's probably okay. Don't lose that, because they're like $9 to get another one. They don't miss you, do they? Okay, so I'll show you why. Undo this bottom clamp. And I always like to leave these just a little bit longer, like 10-20 mil longer, so you can always cut them back if you stuff something up, which I do all the time, as you know. So we've got our little flare. The hole's a bit big, I don't like it, and that's a tiny bit off centre, but we'll try him anyway. I don't really like that flare. No, I don't. I'm going to do it again. I don't think because I'm where I'm standing with this camera, I can't really see what I'm doing, so I don't think I've tightened it up enough. So we'll go again. Yeah, no, I don't think I've given him enough good news. And we don't have to have that down there. We can get that up out of the way. Make sure that's in nice and tight. But yeah, you've got this split obviously down the middle of these two parts of this thing, and they don't close all the way up flush. So if you wail down on this too much, you're going to get the imprints of that gap, those gaps there, on your flare, and that's an obvious leak point, so we try and avoid that. Or I might not be using this tool correctly, which is probably more than likely the case. Anyway, let's try that again. I'll just give that a little bit more. I say the bigger the better, these flares, so they don't leak. So I don't know if you worked it out yet, but I'm over leaky brakes. But I'm confident that we're going to get it this time. So I'll give him a bit more. That's enough, I think. Yeah, I think that's looking a bit better. So that's your single flare there, and your double is all you do is put that back in there without the arbor, and then just crimp it in to get your funnel shape, but we don't want that. Right, let's have a look at that one. Hopefully it's acceptable, but I'm pretty confident with this block with the intact threads that we're going to be all right. That's kind of a bit better, but yeah, you'll be right. As long as he does up tight, we should be good. Righto, there it is, new brake line. Let's fit it up. All right, you're not going to believe it, what I've found out. Okay, just these the things you find out, and it's quite rewarding, frustrating yet rewarding. So I put the other line I just made. Come on, focus. Oh, this thing's gonna get fucking tossed, I swear it. Focus, you piece of shit. So, I want to show you something. Right, see that flared end there? Like the last bit at the end of the threads. That on the other little fittings was flared out, I guess from being, you know, torqued down over and over again. It's actually flared this end out here, so it came out basically the same width as the threads. So as that's being turned up into that aluminium block, this part here, so we can get back into focus mode. Where are we? Where are you? Right. So this part here, sorry, this here was flared out like this, and so it was out flush with the threads. So screwing that in, this part here is just chewing away the threads. So that's what's happened. So what I did, I haven't got any more fittings, I just gently ground that back there, around there on the other ones, so they go in nice now and without affecting in there to clamp this. So we're good. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Hopefully I explained it well, but anyway, let's mosey on. That is all back together now. The lines are all hooked up and tight. So this is it. It's crunch time. If this doesn't work, I really don't know what we're going to do. Hang on, I'll get this up here. Yeah, so you should be able to hear it if it leaks. It just makes that, you know, sort of noise. I've got a bit of fluid in there. Let him gravity feed down and hopefully equalise that block. Because remember, if I pump that pedal and that little plunger moves one way or the other in there, if it's not equalised, it's going to fuck that switch up again. So, but I'm impatient. I want to push that pedal. I'll put a bit of paper down again, my little leak-proof paper, and then we'll go for gold. Righto, leak detection paper is in. I'm going to push this pedal, and this is it. This is it. Pedal's very soft. Now it's pressurising. I can see a drip, you fucking cunt! Now where's it coming from? It's fucking leaking again. Hang on, I'm going to switch you off so I can get in there. Alright, good news and bad news. Good news is it's not coming from the bottom of the block. So that's good. It's coming from this bastard right here. And that didn't feel right, screwing that in. So I'm going to piss this off tomorrow. It's too late now, it's dark. So tomorrow after work I'm going to go and grab another fitting and put the new fitting on there. See, I've left that, I might have a little enough meat left on that to put another flare on, but I'm going to get another fitting for that, hopefully seal that, and then we should be good. But yes, good news is that the block's okay, so that's main drama done. Righto, we'll see you tomorrow when I get that new fitting on. Okay, I may as well show you this too. There's a poor old fuel tank. I put 10 litres of vinegar, there it is there. 2 5-litre things, I got them from the bulk joint. That's all I had left. Everyone's been buying around here to get rid of mould. It's been that much rain. But yeah, it's fucked. So I put the vinegar in there and left it. And I came out and look, what's all this shit? And then I wiped that away. There's a pinhole there somewhere. It's right there. It's all weeping out of there. But you can see there, the vinegar's doing all right, getting rid of the rust. But yep, we're up for a new tank. So that's going to be the hardest thing of all in these trying times. So anyway, see you shortly.